is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
I'm a traveling man, made a lot of stops all over the world, and in every port I own the heart of at least one lovely girl. I've a pretty senorita waiting for me down in old Mexico, and if you're ever in Alaska, stop and see my cute little Eskimo. Oh, my sweet Fraulein down in Berlin town makes my heart start to yearn, and my China doll down in old Hong Kong waits for my return. Pretty Polynesian baby over the sea, I remember the night when we walked in the sands of Waikiki, and I held you oh so tight. Oh, my sweet Fraulein down in Berlin town makes my heart start to yearn, and my China doll down in old Hong Kong waits for my return. Pretty Polynesian baby over the sea, I remember the night when we walked in the sands of Waikiki, and I held you oh so tight. Oh, I'm a traveling man. Yes, I'm a traveling man. Yes, I'm a traveling man.
Yes. Aficionados, welcome. A new year, a new episode, new time, same old Mystic Ballroom, and the same old young mogul who's graced our studios.
Hello.
Drove all night from Vegas. That's right. He kept his word, brought this 45 for me as a present, my Christmas present. Yes,
sir. Yeah, Rick Nelson and the Traveling Man.
And you know what? We're gonna make it this our theme song, for the time being, anyway. And the mogul is being the mogul, breaking the rules of the bourgeoisie, driving all night from Vegas so he'd keep his word. Oh, you have anything to say to our audience? It's grown since you last been here, you know.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. I think you're in for a treat. I think Greg did his homework this time around, and he's got a lot of treats for you guys. A lot of great music. And I think,
yeah.
Should I give him a clue as to what's next?
Well, let's talk about what's next. You know, you were here exactly 1 year ago. Actually, it was January 8th, 2016. And, you know, the following day we learned that, unfortunately, David Bowie has left us.
Yeah.
And I made a pledge to play a David Bowie song for 1 year. And you know what? I don't want to say the last one, but this concludes the song that I've picked, and I think it's quite apropos. It's the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust, although he'll never fall in our minds and our hearts, because in the Mystic Ballroom you just live on. That's right. Yes. You live on, and we do our best. And let me cue this up. We're gonna play the song, and then when we come back, I got a whole bunch of stuff in store for you, aficionados. You're gonna love this show. Here we go. Let's go.
Ziggy played guitar, jamming good with Weird and Gilly and the spiders from Mars. He played it left hand, but made it too far. Became the special man. Then we were Ziggy's band. Ziggy really sang. Screwed up eyes and screwed down hairdo, like some cat from Japan. He could lick 'em by smiling. He could leave 'em to hang. They came on so loaded, man, well hung in snow white tan. So where were the spiders while the fly tried to break our bones? Well, just the fear like to guide us. So we bitched about his fans and should we crush his sweet hands. Oh. Ziggy played for time, jiving us that we were voodoo. The kids were just crass. He was the Nas with God-given ass. He took it all too far, but boy, could he play guitar. Making love with his ego. Ziggy sucked up into his mind, like a leper messiah. When the kids had killed the man, I had to break up the band. Oh yeah. Ziggy played guitar.
Ziggy played guitar. Actually, Mick Ronson played the guitar, played it quite well. Miss him too. Anyway, Mogul, you ready? We're going to do this show. Let's get ourselves going here. So here's where we're going to start off with aficionados. Over the holidays, I found a box set of the first 9 albums, monaural recordings, reissued by the Kinks, who I keep mentioning is one of my favorite bands. I've seen them, I think, about 12 times. Not as a kid. I once took a bus from East LA to Santa Monica Pacific to see the Kinks. Did you know that, Mogul?
No, I did not.
And then missed the last bus home. I was in downtown at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was
I
scary.
bet it was fun.
Yeah, that was before downtown was what it is today. It's quite a scary place for a little kid, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, anyway, I hitchhiked home. In those days, it was okay to get, to hitchhike.
It was another adventure in itself.
That's right. Because the Kinks were very popular, and then due to some legal problems that we're not going to get into on this show, they were banned from this country. So by being away the 5 pivotal years of their career, I mean, while the British invasion was going on and music kept, just going strong, and we were importing groups especially from England. They were very big in Europe, but here people kind of forgot about them. So when they made their return with Lola versus the Power Man, and I was so excited. They were in Santa Monica Pacific, and went with a friend of mine, and he says, the place is half full. I said, my friend, these are the Kinks. The place is half full. He said they're half empty, but that's what I meant to say. They're half full. Anyway, I've been following him ever since, and I'm very excited to have the first 9 albums. I'm going to preview the first 3 here, play 2 songs from each album. We'll call this a 6-pack of Kinks. These are all monaural, all produced by the great Shel Tomei. These were actually in the UK. They were on a little label called, well, it wasn't very little, it was Pi Records, and then the Reprise Records handled the US versions of these albums. They were a little bit varied time, from album to album, but mostly these songs were available in both continents. And the first album was just called Kinks, and that was originally published at October 2nd, 1964, and we got our copy here at, I believe it was right around, just about a few weeks later. Well, yeah, it was around the 29th of October, and that was on Reprise Records. The second album, Kinda Kinks, appeared in the UK March 5th, and we got it not until August 11th. And the third one I'm going to play, The King Controversy, November 26, 1965, it came out. And we got it March 30th, 1966. And I said, these were all produced by the great Shel Tome. And I am going to play two selections from each of these. And let me get this thing queued up. And by the way, the first song you'll recognize because it was just all over the place. Van Halen had a huge hit. And actually, Ray Davis said that was his favorite version, believe it or not. And made the group's career, actually. I remember when that happened. But what else was it? There was one more thing I was going to say about this. Oh, of course. The Kinks started, for those who don't know, they were born yesterday, 1963, at Muswell Hill, North London. And then much later on, they came out with the Muswell Hillbillies. That was another album, so it explains it all. And it consisted of Ray Davis, Dave Davis's brother, Mick Avery, and Pete Quave, which is the original lineup. You know, for decades, I've been saying Ray Davies, but I found out it's not Davies, it's Davis. So here we go. So let me get this thing queued up, and we'll have a six-pack of the Kinks.
Girl, you really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. See, don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Search high and low if you want, but you won't find me. Look for me, baby. Well, you search a mountain, look in the sea, look all around the world, but you won't find a love like mine. You'll be alone, cry misery, 'cause you got no love. Look for me, baby. In your desperation, honey, you're gonna look for someone else. Well now, such a mountain, such a sea, look all around the world, but you won't find me. Look for me, baby. You'll be looking for me. Look for me, baby. Well now, I've never felt so sad. I've never had it so bad. You'll search the oceans, but you won't find me no more. You've been looking for me. Look for me, baby. Well, you can search high and low if you want, but you won't find me. Look for me, baby. You can climb the mountains, you swim in the sea. Look all around the world, but you won't find a love like mine. You'll be low, cry misery, but you got no love. When you're desperation, honey, you're gonna look for love in someone else. Well now, such a nothing, such a sea. Look all around the world, but you won't find me. You've been looking for me. You've been looking for me. Baby, I feel good from the moment I rise. Feel good from morning till the end of the day. Till the end of the day. Yeah, you and me, we live this life. When we get up till we go see goodnight. You and me were free. We do as we please, yeah, from morning till the end of the day. Till the end of the day. Yeah, I get up and I see the sun up. I feel good, yeah, 'cause my life has begun. You and me were free. We do as we please, yeah, from morning till the end of the day. Till the end of the day. Till the end of the day. You and me were free. We do as we please, yeah, from morning till the end of the day. 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 You just stop all of this. This is time for you to stop all of your sobbing. Mhm. There's one thing you gotta do to make me still want you. Gotta stop sobbing now. Yeah. Stop it, stop it. Gotta stop sobbing now. It is time for you to laugh instead of cry. Yes, it's time for you to live, so keep on trying. Oh, there's one thing you gotta do, so make me still want you. Gotta stop sobbing now. Yeah. Stop it, stop it. Gotta stop sobbing now. Each a little tear that falls from your eyes makes me want to take you in my arms and tell you to stop all your sobbing. Yes, it's time for you to stop all of your sobbing. Yes, it's time for you to stop all of your sobbing. Uh-huh. There's one thing you gotta do to make me still want you. Gotta stop sobbing now. Yeah. Stop it, stop it. Gotta stop sobbing now. Stop it, stop it. Gotta stop sobbing now. Stop it, stop it, stop it. They said this was the last dance. The lights went dim as I looked on the floor. Then
Then I saw you standing there. Then I walked up to you and I asked for the dance. The band had started to play. I held your hand. Then I sighed. Is this the start of another heartbreaker or something better beginning? Something better beginning. Something better beginning. I never thought I'd love like this until I met you. I found something I thought I'd never had. The only time I feel alive is when I'm with you. I wonder how long it will last. I walked you home in the night. The moon shone bright as we walked hand in hand. I've known this joy once before, but it came to an end just as it had begun. Each step that I took with you brought one thing closer to my mind. Is this the start of another heartbreaker or something better beginning? Something better beginning. Something better beginning. You worry about the sun. What's the use of worrying about the big old sun? You worry about the rain. The rain keeps falling just the same. You worry when the one you need has found somebody new. But the world keeps going round. The world keeps going round. You just can't stop it. The world keeps going round. You worry about yourself. What's the use of worrying now you're almost grown? You worry about your own. What's the use of worrying 'cause you'll die alone? Times will be hard, the rain will fall, and you'll feel mighty alone. But the world keeps going round. The world keeps going round. You just can't stop it. The world keeps going round. Times will be hard, and rain will fall, and you'll feel mighty alone. But the world keeps going down. The world keeps going round. The world keeps going round. The world keeps going round. You just can't stop it. The world keeps going round. The world keeps going round.
Just can't stop it, huh? The world does keep going round. Anyway, aficionados, young Mogul,
Yes.
here's what we heard. We heard You Really Got Me, where hard rock was invented, the bar chords. Many gave credit to that. And Dave Davies, the brother, actually didn't do a lot of the studio work, it seemed. That's the rumor anyway. But, I saw him later on. He got really, really to be a fine guitar player, learning on the job. Remember, these were kids. He was a teenager when this band was already making records. Did I say records or it should be records?
Records.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, so we heard You Really Got Me from the Kinks album. After that, we followed with Look for Me Baby of Kinda Kinks, the second album. Then we went to Till the End of the Day from King Controversy. Then we heard Stop Your Sobbing, who the Pretenders had a big hit with from the Kinks album. Then we heard Something Better Beginning from Kinda Kinks. And we concluded with The World Keeps Going Round from the King Controversy. Now I'm going to talk and play a record for you, and I'm going to queue up to do our soundtrack. So I'm going to play this one particular song. Rich will queue up the record, and let's see, we get this thing going here, and we'll keep the microphone on. Let's see what we got here. We should hear something. There we go. We heard something, and keep the microphone on, and I'll lower the music a little bit. And this is what we're listening to is I had a lot of people, curious people, ask me about that, Mogul. They said, when you do this lounge mystico, what is the sound? It's tiki sound. It's lounge. It's big in Japan right now. Did you know that, Mogul?
No, I did not.
No. Well, this is.
I can see why.
Well,
or
I'm
hear
telling
why.
you. I'll show you the album cover, and you'll really know why. I'll show you. Of course, the people can't see it, but we could see it, right? See it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
Here's a bare-chested man beating a conga drum.
And we just had a belly dancer walk into the room.
Well, we're going to have one in the studio. You stick around in a couple of weeks from now. But it is the sophisticated savage, Augie Cologne. And Augie Cologne is being credited as the grandfather of percussion. He's from Hawaii. Was born August 27, 1927, Honolulu. Passed away June 4th, 2004. And this album was put on and promoted by the father of this kind of music, Martin Denny. And Martin Denny was known as the father of Exotica. And he was born April 10th, 1911, and left us March 2nd, 2005. But the music now is having a renaissance, and I'm going to turn it up a little more so you can enjoy the rest of this. By the way, the song is called Taboo, and it's a pretty traditional song in this genre. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What did you think of that, Mogul?
I thought that was amazing.
You thought, well, we're going to hear a lot more of that. That's a part of the segment of the show that we are going to keep doing until we perfect it, okay? Or close to perfect it, actually.
I pictured Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's just dancing with a lit cigarette, hanging off somebody's hair.
Watch yourself. It's not that kind of show. But like I was saying, the Lounge Mystico will be a part of this program. And we're writing a lot of original episodes and discovering hidden treasures of the Exotica. And like I said, we will have an exotic dancer here at some point. You won't be able to see him, but you, Mogul, can come and describe her every move.
Will she have a pierced navel?
I told you again. Rich, you put a G rating on this show, didn't you, on there in the schedule. Anyway, this is not going to be very G, the movie I'm talking about next, because we are also featuring a soundtrack this weekend, and hopefully mostly every weekend, almost every weekend, I should say. The soundtrack that we are featuring this weekend, this episode, I'm trying to read my notes. I usually don't have notes when I do the show, but the show is getting more sophisticated, so I have to carry notes with me. And let's see. We are going to feature a director who I almost met because we were editing some films, and he was down the hall. And he was, this is towards the end of his life, and it was toward the beginning and ending of my career. But that's a different story. We'll not get into. This is not a sad show. So, this man's name, Russ Meyer. Have you ever heard of him, Russ Meyer? Mogulito?
I think I met him once.
Yeah. Well, he was basically, I got to stop saying that word basically. He invented the genre of two genres. One of what we call now independent filmmakers, auteurs, because he wrote, directed, he did everything to his films, even provided publicity, the narration. I mean, he did everything. And his classic 1965 was Faster Pussycat, Kill, Kill. He followed that up in 1968 with The Vixens.
Oh,
Yes, but in 1970, this is what we're going to talk about, was Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Okay? Came out in 1970. Now, a lot of us that can remember, there was a big Hollywood movie. It was actually a big Hollywood soap opera called The Valley of the Dolls, which came out in 1967, I believe, and that was adapted. It was an adaptation of a 1966 book, very very popular book here, a paperback, like now we have the 50 Shades of Grey, that kind of thing, written by Jacqueline Suzanne. So they made this movie. Hollywood made this movie with A-list. I mean, they had a lot of big people, including Patty Duke. And this was the very, very titillating for the middle classes, which you know nothing about, Mogul, right? Because you spent your whole life defacing them.
that's why I was sitting there with a blank on my face.
But it was very titillating, especially to the suburban housewives, because it dealt with fame, sex, and drugs.
Sounds like my kind of party.
Well, again, must I remind you? So, Russ Meyer, of course, took this title because he seized the opportunity. Now, many people thought it was a sequel, but it's not. Rich, this had nothing to do with the original movie. Absolutely nothing to do with the original movie. It was a bunch of people that you've never heard of before. And it was a very bizarre setting, very beautifully shot, actually. It was like almost like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but without a budget. But and one of the writers, actually, he had a collaborator on this one, Roger Ebert, who later became part of Siskel and Ebert for Chicago, did a lot of the reviews that we all grew up with. Well, Mogul, you didn't grow up with him, but me and Rich, we grew up.
No, I did.
Yes, we did. Well, you did?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you look good. You wear it well. You remember that? Yeah. So it's all that clean living you do. Okay.
Yes.
Not really. Okay. So this was a very, very, very bizarre movie, and but the soundtrack, I think it's really an interesting soundtrack, and that's what we're going to feature. We're going to play 5 songs from the soundtrack. It has a group that was actually made for the film. 3 young ladies. They call themselves Carrie Nations, not Carrie Nation, that famous, we won't talk about her, but Carrie Nations. And also composing the soundtrack was a guy by the name of Stu Phillips. And Stu Phillips, he did a lot of work in Hollywood at the time. This was early in his career. And let's see, what did he do? He did like Hell's Angels on Wheels. He did, I'm going to come up with some of my memories going on me. It was Hell's Angels on Wheels. He was, did Battlestar Galactica after that. And he also did, oh boy, what did he do? I hate when this happens to me. But, I should write notes instead of doing everything from memory. Anyway, we'll get back to Stu Phillips. By the time this thing is over, I'll find what he did. Oh, I knew it. It all comes back. He did that really good surf movie called Ride the Wild Surf. And Ride the Wild Surf came out like right around 1964. He did do Hell's Angels on Wheels, that was right, and he did Angels from Hell. Then he did Battlestar Galactica and Knight Rider. Remember Knight Rider?
Oh, yeah.
That's around your era. Okay, so that's
Yes.
Stu Phillips. He was brought in to do this movie. It was one of his in the beginning, and I think he did a really good job. And there was another group called Strawberry Alarm Clock. It was a psychedelic group at the time, and they did Incense and Peppermints, for those who remember. And he also brought in a group called the Sandpipers. It was very much like Lounge Mystico that we do, that type of music. Very, very cool martini type, very,
Yes.
very beautiful. You can enjoy it with an older woman in an elevator at the time if you're a youngster,
Yeah.
or if you weren't so young at the time, you could take it seriously. Anyway,
While wearing a dinner coat with a bow tie.
exactly. A smoking jacket.
Smoking
Yeah,
jacket.
yeah. So what I'm going to cue up this record, and we're going to start off with the Sandpipers, and I'm going to talk over this at times because I want to tell you what this film is all about. But there's no way I could tell it better, Russ Meyer, because I told you he wrote his own notes, his liner notes, his own narration, everything. So I'm going to attempt to be him and read to you as I play the music. So I'm going to cue up the record here, and the first song is by the Sandpipers, and it's what it probably has one of these titles like ooh, come with the gentle people. Actually, that is the title, come with the gentle people. But we're gonna start off with a theme song, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, done by the Sandpipers. Then we're gonna have this made-up group called Carrie Nations, and that sounds very much like '60s sunshine pop. I mean, that's actually pretty good. And then we're gonna go "Girl from the City," which is the Strawberry Alarm Clock. In case I'm not around, so you memorize all this, because I might not remember this when we finish the record. And then we'll go back to Carrie Nations, and then we'll end it with Stu Phillips, and collaborating that is Mr. Bob Stone and doing Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. So let me cue this thing up, and I will occasionally talk over this. I will do the narrations, and I will attempt to be Russ Meyer telling you what this movie is about. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll try it. Here we go. Let's see what we come up with.
Beyond the valley of the dolls, in a corner of the sky, you are reaching for a cloud and another way to fly. I am one, and if you respond, love can carry you above and beyond
The Valley of the Dolls. The film is about youth today. It's the story of two young girls who are heart of soul of a rock group. Life was sweet, man, but they had to be more. They just had to be more. The whole world was out there, just waiting. And the beat inside pushed it to where it happened. Hollywood, USA. And yeah, it happened alright. They got hooked on a non-stop merry-go-round where the only ticket you need is success. Be a winner, man, or forget it. When they made that first party, it was like too late. The whole thing was moving, reaching out, and they dug it. Whites, yellows, and reds, more than just colors. They were it. The magic dream pills. Mogul, they were dream pills, don't go to sleep. Okay. The chicks were wild and groovy. The studs, cool and cruel. The eyes so warm, the smile so friendly. But, watch the teeth. They bite deep. They do bite deep, aficionados. Time was dead, looking back is a drag, and what's up front is too heavy. Do it now, man. It might be the last chance you get. Faces, so many faces, calling, begging, help me, love me, save me. Don't listen. If you hear them, you've had it. Open your mouth wider. Hear, taste, life, man, life. Like it? Hell no, tough. It's one-way trip, all the way down.
Come with the gentle people, spread love across the land. Come with the gentle people, we're the only ones who understand. Come with the gentle people, help
One little girl turns him back on truth and love. She'll have to make it with pain and eyes that cry, tear rivers. The second finds her heart in the arms of another chick. Uh-oh. Don't look for evil in your brother's eye. The third bird finds her man. Rich, can you put that applause? The third bird finds her man. Oh, we can't do the applause. Well, Mogul, can you applaud for us? The third bird, yeah, the third bird finds her man. That's what we want to hear in America. All right. So, after the third bird, I'm getting off track here. These are my words and not his. Let's get back to his words, okay? The third bird finds her man. It was good, very good. She almost blew it before she learned the simple truth that boys are here too. Yes, the boys are here too. And the movie goes on and on and on with guys and boys and girls and girls and boys and girls and everybody together and the pills and it was just a lovely, lovely exploitation film. One so sure that love is enough, isn't it? You gotta fight or it'll get you and walk out. That's what Russ Meyer said, not me, aficionados. So let us move on to another song here from this album. This is the Strawberry Alarm Clock, and this is part of the party with the pills and the love. Enjoy.
I went to school in the great big city and I learned all I know today. Yeah, I left the city trying to find the right girl for me. I went through mountains and the valleys, even out to the sea. All I want is a girl from the great big city. Alright. Had a girl in the great big city, but I left her just to see the world. I won't be happy for the rest of my life till I find another big city girl. Yeah, the country girls don't know what the city girls do. They love you like the city mothers were taught them to. All I want is a girl from the great big city. Alright, yes I want a girl from the city. Don't you know I want a girl from the city? Yes I want a girl from the city. Alright. Had a girl in the great big city, but I left her just to see the world. I won't be happy for the rest of my life till I find another city girl. Yeah, the country girls don't know what the city girls do. They love you like the city mothers were taught them to. All I want is a girl from the great big city. Alright, don't you know that all I want is a great big girl from the city? Oh yeah, hey, all I want is a big fat mama from the city. Alright, yes I want a girl from the city. Don't you know I want a girl from the city? Yes I want a girl from the city. In the long run, you need someone to trust and count on. Somewhere along the way, in the long run,
Yes, aficionados, that is our rendition of this fine soundtrack. You know, because of the restraints, time restraints, and I couldn't cover as much as I wanted to, but I think you got a pretty good idea to go out and Netflix this movie, or rent it or buy it, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, and think of us here, the young Mogul and I, as we turned you on to this, if you don't know by now, and the soundtrack is what it is. It's very diverse and a lot of fun. Now, aficionados, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to a segment of the show. Is my jazz pick of the week. It's a rather a lengthy number, and Mogul and I were so happy to see each other. We yapped too much, so we kind of cut into the music, and I'll try to be careful next time here. But this next song that I'm going to feature is our jazz pick of the week. It's by the great man from South Philadelphia, Rich. South Philadelphia. Okay? Born in 1941, March 24th to be exact. The great Mr. Charles Erlin. Okay? He started out just one of these guys that could play the instrument, would read instruments and everything. But in 1963, Charles Erlin picked up the organ and never looked back. And having a Hammond B3 organ at one point in my life, I know how difficult it is to learn to play those things. And this man mastered it. We're going to hear a song, a rendition of a old pop song from the 60s done by the Spiral Staircase, made it very popular, called More Today Than Yesterday. And this has got really a cool version of this, of the song. He's going to stretch it out to almost 11 minutes. We're not going to go quite that long with this to get out to our other feature, but let me cue up the record, and you're going to hear Mr. Charles Erlin doing More Today Than Yesterday. And then I'll tell you who does the solos here and what, just try to be a jazz DJ. So here we go. with him on the album Black Talk. Came out in 1970. Charles Erlin, organ. Virgil Jones, trumpet. Houston Pearson, tenor saxophone. Melvin Sparks, the other soloist, on guitar. There he goes. Let's hear Melvin. Idris Muhammad on drums. On this, Buddy Caldwell, conga. 1970, Prestige, Black Talk. Well, aficionados, time is just flying by. Next, I want to get this thing in. And we're going to do a group formed in 1987 in Bristol, England. A group that Mogul turned me on to years ago. Massive Attack, and this is the first album. I believe it was completed around 1990. Some say 88 to 1990. Blue Lines, and we're gonna hear the first song we're gonna do is a cover. Be Thankful for What You Got. Now I've played the song by Rocky Padilla, by Arthur Lee, among other people on the show. I love this song, as you know. I'm gonna hear Massive Attack do it, and then we're gonna go out with Unfinished Symphony, a beautiful, beautiful track featuring the great vocals of Shara Nelson. But for now, let me cue up Massive Attack aficionados because we are just everywhere today. Aficionados, I hate to cutting this thing short, but we have to stick to time. Oh, it was a great beginning. I hope that you enjoyed it too. We're gonna have a lot more of this next week. We're gonna get down to some other good stuff. Did I just say, Mogul, we're gonna get down to some good stuff? What am I?
That's right. And I just wanted to say thank you for having me once again on the show. 1 year later, I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
And the applause, I love the applause, are the only thing that you hear on this show. Thank you, Rich. The only thing that you hear on the show that's not on vinyl. Did you know that? Well, you could see that, but our audience, 100% vinyl, 100% of the time. Aficionados, be back next week, please. Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to feature early, some very rare material by Steve Marriott, up to the Small Faces. We'll do a soundtrack. I think we'll do David Lynch's Lost Highway and some more goodies for you. We're going to go out on Unfinished Symphony. Is one of my favorite.
Sympathy.
Sympathy. Did I say? See, Mogul, you got me crazy. Mogul.
Unfinished. Well, the way it was titled is almost like a symphony, but
That's
it's
right.
Unfinished Sympathy.
Mogul has arrived. You know what? Most people, he parks. Most people get parking tickets. Instead of giving them parking, they could just look at him and say, "Nice car, dude." So anyway, aficionados, like I said previously, do not let anybody discourage your dreams. Keep dreaming, and if anybody tries to, they have long forgotten. I gotta say that right. Their own. Aficionados, das vidania.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Without a heart, I'm missing every part. Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.